Here we go, we are on Calm Before the Storm, and to the top right we have the Zerg player starting for NS Hosa.
NS Hosa, Seal!
And Seal was able to defeat Seed already. It was in the KSL, Daily back in December. He defeated him with 2-0 already a while ago, but still kind of interesting to note.
I am Seed!
Seed is starting to the bottom right, the incredible Miracle player with very decent results against Zerg lately. He lost to July in the KSL, but when it comes down to his GSL record, he was just able to defeat Lenok with 2-0 at the end of February.
Wow.
So very, very nice, very well played. And we already have him, we also have him with a win against Monster with a 2-0 in the GSL. So he's doing very well against Zerg, and obviously the map is already playing in his favor. And we have a pool first opening for Seal, which is also, well, you don't really have to go pool first on this map. You can try to go for a play with hatch first, which Zerg players try to avoid usually, because when you have an opponent that is starting with a forge first play, you are in a position where you can get cannon rush. On a map like Calm Before the Storm, we've seen a lot of Zerg players being a little bit more greedy because they know fully well that that is what they are going to, what they can expect from their opponent. But
Yeah,
we have a standard opening for Seal with pool first, no gas into expansion. And a little bit weird what we have here for Seed. I kind of like that he's starting with a gateway, so that leaves him with a lot of options. He is not expanding right away, which is kind of uncharacteristic for Calm Before the Storm.
Yeah,
I would have not been surprised to see a Nexus first here.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting to see this. Usually because of the architecture of this map, making it so easy to take expansions, then we see players getting really greedy, and in this case neither playing being terribly greedy. As Probe has been harassing the drones the entire beginning of the game, finally gets taken out. Seal's nuisance, the thorn in his side, has finally been destroyed. He's going to send out a couple Zerglings. He only made two Zerglings, so he's definitely trying to transition back into trying to get his economy going and thriving. And this is really interesting. We've got Warp Gate being chrono boosted as well as the Stalker, and still no sign of any kind of expansion intended for Seed.
One of the things that is really annoying as a Zerg player on this map is that you can't really use Mutalisks all this well. We have now another expansioner for Seal, so kind of what we would expect that... Oh, he's cancelling it.
Huh.
This is interesting. He scouted, spotted his opponent's... he just spotted what Seed was doing, and decided to just play it a little bit more safe, so he's not going for another expand, which is a bit weird. But yeah, finishing my thought process, we don't see Mutalisks all this often on this map. Usually on a big map you kind of like Mutalisks because you can try to force your opponent into a base trade scenario, which usually ends in favor of the Zerg player. But this time we have no dead space around the bases, the second, the main base and the third base, that we can really use. Very easy to defend. Nice opening here by C, taking on the Overlord, able to kill it, but he loses
but he
the
got
Stalker.
trapped. And it was not the best trade. Seal already had the Overlord in production to replace that. He did not get supply block for more than a couple seconds. And not worth losing a Stalker over, although it was a good idea to try and pick that off. And we did see a Nexus go down for Seal. I'm sorry, for Seed. And now we're seeing a Stargate finish. Curious what we're going to see out of this Stargate. And it's going to be a Void Ray to start off with. So this is interesting. He scouted that gateway early and thought there might be some kind of rush coming, so Seal canceled his third hatch, but he probably could have gotten away with it if he wanted. Oh, look at that. Nice micro. Doesn't open the wall up, blocks off that choke.
Yeah, trying to power through here, and he is currently playing without scouting information. Because of this opening, he has no idea what exactly is happening. We have him with a Tech 2 lair right now, and already getting, well, not already, but also getting speed. He actually techs to lair before he starts getting speed, so he does not expect any early game aggression. But he does not know what exactly is happening. He doesn't know if there's some kind of two-base timing or what kind of transition a Seed goes for. And the first Void Ray is followed by a second one. We have Zerglings everywhere just trying to get a glimpse of the units that are heading out, but he does not see the Void Ray. He has no idea.
Nope, the Stargate was placed far enough away from the front door that he wasn't able to see it. And the Void Ray is going straight for the main here. This is really interesting. He's actually checking for a third base. He's going to not find it. And this is kind of interesting. He's not going around the map with his Void Ray. He's going straight for the main. He's going to target down the Overlord. He's going to get the Overlord, but he's going to have to pull back immediately. Unless he engages, nope. Second Queen is going to force him away.
Unnecessarily loses a few hit points, but not too many, so well played, kills the Overlord, and can now just wait for the second Void Ray to arrive before attacking again. Getting 4 additional gateways, so he will have a total of 5th one now. So he gets a total of 6 gates, and he's still staying on his 2 bases. The Void Ray needs to be careful, 2 queens are enough to recall it. But at this point, without the 3rd base, 2 base against 2 base, looking pretty good for Seed here. Seed is trying to go for a Spire right away in order to get a few units to take down the air units of his opponent. He will need Corruptor. He can't really rely on Mutalisk all too heavily because we already have Phoenixes building.
He has made 3 Void Rays here, and he's following up with Phoenixes, although we saw a rare bit of a mistake here. He actually had Chrono Boosted out of Phoenix while he was supply blocked, so he wasted the Chrono Boost and was supply blocked. But 3 Void Rays with Phoenixes to follow, although he's actually only made 1 Phoenix to follow up, so he may anticipate Seal countering this and is getting mostly a ground army at this point. That's why the 6 gateways.
The Phoenix will allow him to lift off queens. He's getting additional ones now, but with 1 he will already be in a position where he can try to lift off and kill with the Void Rays, but he has to be careful though. The remaining queen will immediately try to kill the Phoenix and therefore cancel the lift off, and we have 4 queens already.
And
10
Mutalisks
are
about
building.
to come out, and Spore Crawlers as well. He's going to be pretty well defended against this, and Seal knows he needs another expansion, so he's actually hiding an expansion in the top left of the map in an attempt to get his economy going while he's holding up to this pressure.
The Mutalisk will work quite well because we don't have enough Phoenixes right now. We only have 2 of them, if I'm not mistaken.
And he's warping in all Zealots and Sentries. He has no Stalkers here at all. Here he is going in for the attack. The Void Ray is charging up. He's going to take down the Spore Crawler very quickly. As soon as the Mutants take out the Phoenixes, though, they can go to work on the Void Rays. No, they're targeting the Void Rays, taking a lot of damage on those Mutas. Does take out both the Phoenixes, and now he can kill off the Void Rays. The Zealots combating the Spines. The Spines getting transfused, but he's almost out of transfused energy. It looks like Seal, with only about 100 hit points total, 150 hit points total on all 3 of those Spines combined, holds the attack and has a very, very nice economy that he can start transitioning to making more drones. It's a 4th base.
Great defense by Seal, and he played this very, very well. He had 4 queens, so he could start to target down the air units of his opponent at the same time attacking with the Mutalisks. And with the units he had out, this was kind of a suicide mission for Seed. So he's taking a lot of damage here, lost not only his Void Rays, which is crucial, but at the same time already losing a few of his sentries as well. And now there are Zerglings in his main base. This is not going in Seed's favor, and I don't really agree with his strategy here. Not on Calm Before the Storm. He was trying to play some mind games on Seal, but it did not work. Seal did not fall for the trap and is now just in a position where he has the 3rd that you mentioned, mole trap to the top left, and getting a 4th now, so this is playing out in his favor. He's playing really well here, kills 13 workers, and Seed is on 3 bases, and on a Calm Before the Storm at that, so
Yeah, he did. The only thing that Seed does have going for him is he's actually even on Harvesters, almost even. Well, now Seal has pulled a little bit ahead, but because Seal had to defend that, and he's made so many Spores and Spines, he was actually down to about 40 drones. So right now he's kind of struggling to make drones and build units at the same time.
But it doesn't matter. He has the army. And
no, I'm not saying it matters. I'm just saying that at least he's not farther ahead than he already is, although he is ahead by 30 supply.
Well, he cannot just drone up. His opponent can't get aggressive. That's the one problem that Seed is facing right now. He can't really get aggressive in the situation he's in. He's pressured as soon as he moves out. There's always the threat of Mutalisk. He's trying to negate it with the Phoenixes that he has. He has 3 of them now. And obviously he needs to go for Blink, and this is exactly what he does. He already has the Twilight Council. Here comes the Blink upgrade. And at this point, even with the Corruptors to back the Mutalisks up, he can't move out. He can't really move out, and this allows Seal to completely drone up now.
Yeah, I don't know if Seed can even try and get a 3rd base at this point. He's just has to play so defensively right now.
If he gets a third base or tries to get one, then he will spread himself out even more thinly. He has to wait for the Blink upgrade, and as you can see, we have more and more Mutalisks now being built. And the Corruptors just pressure the Phoenixes. He's playing this really well, gaining upgrades for the ground units as well. Finally, we also have the Templar Archive, so with Storm and Blink, he will be able to defend against Mutalisks. But we have +2 attack coming up for the air units. We have Zerglings on the low ground. We have 64 Harvesters now, transitioning into an infestation pit, and he will start his attack to Hive. So this is going very, very well for Seal, and I don't really agree with the strategy that Seed plays here. The strategy that he used kind of was based on the assumption that Seed would assume that Protoss play would play too greedy, would be greedy on his own and not be able to defend this strategy. I would have loved this kind of a straight-up game by Seed here.
He was also hoping that by showing 3 Void Rays that Seal would try to, rush to Hydralisks or Infestors or something like that instead of going for Mutalisks, because he had nothing, he had no real anti-air of his own. So the Mutalisks were able to just kill off the few air units and go to work. If it had been Hydralisks instead, then the Zealots could have engaged them, but instead there was nothing really to engage the Mutas. So it worked out really well in his favor, and I think basically Seed's only chance here, and he realizes it, is to just chill on 2 bases, get a maxed army, get all the tech he needs, and just try and go for one big last-ditch push.
He will take a third. I think as soon as he defends against this, that's the third base. He's trying to get it. He has Storm now available and Blink, so with Storm and Blink, he can definitely try to get a third. And at the same time, we already have him building cannons in his mineral lines in order to delay the Mutalisk attack a bit. But what we should point out as well is that Seal, he got his tech very, very, very early. He cancelled the third base that he was about to build when he realized what kind of opening was used. And he got his tech before he got speed for his Zerglings.
Oh!
So that was very, very well done, and this enables him to get the Mutalisk a lot earlier. This is nice defense here, by the way.
He needs to get out now. He needs to get those Mutas out of there. They're all in the orange, red, and yellow. That is exactly what he was hoping for. Oh, nice. Takes out the Nexus. He was able to cancel it, but, I mean, that's basically all he was hoping for. Oh, he loses some more Mutas. He was hoping to get off some good Storms to kill off that Mutaclump and try and get back into the game. He's still 60 supply behind, but...
Seal has to be careful, though. He should not overcommit to this. At this point, it makes a lot of sense for him to tech to Hive, which he does, and to just make sure that he gets the overall advantage in this game. Expanding to the left side of the map would help him a lot to spread out the bases and make sure that the Protoss player can't use the momentum of a maxed out army in order to kill base after base after base. And taking on the third is very nice. He should try to delay it for as much as possible, but at the same time make sure that he gets those late game techs and the drones. Now he's getting for 12 additional drones, which is perfect.
He already has the Pathogen land upgrade, by the way. Oh, another Storm lands initially on those Mutas. Dodges that one pretty well, though.
Yeah, he's doing a good job here. He just focuses on the drones and forces the Storms on top of the drones as well. So this is a nice harassment, but still, there's always the danger of overextending, and this is what he needs to avoid. If he at some point loses his Mutalisk because of a good Blink combined with the Storm, for example, then suddenly he will open up a timing for the Protoss. But Seed is hard-pressed here, and he tries just desperately to get his third in the picture. And with all the with all the Templars that he has, he will succeed. But just look at it. We have maxed out Seal right now, and he's going. He finishes his lair, and now his Hive, and now he's going for all the other.
I don't know if he's going to succeed. If he decides to go in, I don't know if there's anything he can do to stop it. Oh, if he gets another Storm off on those Mutas, a nice Storm there. But that is one last Storm for the Lings. Lings going in. Storm on all the Banelings. Nice force fields as well. Beautiful Psy Storms killing everything. All the Zerg units dying. The Mutalisk taking some big hits as well, and he actually is going to, well, I don't know if he has enough Stalkers to hold this off, but those Mutas are badly injured. I think he will.
Yeah, very nice Storms, and if he would have stormed the Banelings a second time a little bit earlier, he could have avoided a lot of damage. Seal is not really trading cost efficiently here, but the thing is, he does not have to.
No, he can trade evenly and it's fine, exactly.
He forces his opponent down to 67 supply right now, and he can just max out again. He's now going for the Ultilis Cavern. We have Adrenal Glands. We have everything that he needs, and he even expands again. So at this point, he is playing this very, very well. He's focusing on the economy, but at the same time, once again, harassing his opponent. And, well, as I said, Seed, he can't take those hits for much longer.
Yeah, Seal's going to have more Banelings than Seed has drones right now. He has so many. He's just made more banelings. And you're right, if he just trades evenly, it doesn't even matter. He's so far ahead. Here comes perhaps the final battle. He doesn't have all those storms anymore. He does have a couple, though. Nice storms on the banelings. There's still a few banelings left. Oh, but it doesn't land too many of them, and it looks like...
The main base is attacked now by another set of Zerglings and banelings as well.
Nice.
C drops down to 40 hit points, and Seal in a beautiful position here. And it calm before the storm and that. I am so impressed here by the Zerg player. Very well done. CGG's out of the game. And that leaves one happy NSL player.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, Seed, it got to hand it to him. His defense was really good. Nice side storms and force fields to fend all that off. Good blinks to try and get underneath the Mutalisks that were being a little bit reckless, but Seal just got too far ahead after that failed all-in attack with the Void Rays and the Zealots.
Seal's decision to skip the third base, to tech fast, and just remain on two bases was really key here. Was very, very well done, and Seed is now just so disappointed. This is a map that is it is so in favor of Protoss in this matchup, and well, the strategy that he used, it did not really work out. Seal got a good read on it, and yeah, he played it very, very nice. It's not like Seed completely botched this, but at the same time, just Seal being completely on top of the game. And I think we are going to see a Terran player now.
I think we're going to see Happy.
The map
I was expecting Happy last game, to be honest with you. I don't think we're going to see anyone else but Happy on this game. He is so good against Zerg players.
We have Antigua now.
Antigua Shipyards, which tends to favor Terrans versus Zerg, in my opinion, as well. So I'm pretty sure we're going to see Happy. I don't think they would bring out MVP just yet.
No, probably not. I would love it, though. It would be great. Seeing MVP now would actually be really, really awesome, but I agree that if I was the coach of Incredible Miracle, I would wait with MVP.
Yeah. I'm not gonna ask for anything, though, because yesterday I was like, oh, well, they're not going to send out MMA. They need to wait for the final game, and it'll be epic. And then MMA came out early and just lost, so it's like, okay, well, that was disappointing.
Yeah, lost to Choya. Pretty cool games that we've seen by Choya yesterday.
Yeah, so I'm really expecting Happy to come out here. They really need to win, and we're going to find out right now. Who is it going to be? It is going to be MVP.
Nice.
All right, well, never mind. They want to slow down the momentum of Seal, so they're bringing out one of their biggest guns.
Yep. That must have been a really good boy this year. Christmas comes early. We have MVP already in the 4th game of the day. That is awesome. In all the other matches in the GSTL, most teams have just waited very, very long in order to bring their big guns, but now we have them already in the 3rd or 4th round, which is just brilliant.
I guess it makes some sense because, at this point, they only have, a couple players left. They only have a couple choices left, and they still have Nesty behind this as well. So you got to save room for him, right?
Yeah, but they have 3, so you can go for Happy, then can start with ST and MVP. But still, I love it. No complaints here.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a good choice, I think. So then they have, another. They can snipe someone else if need be later on down the line. Save Happy and go with, maybe Yongpa has a sniper strategy set up or something along those lines. MVP though is going to be a tough nut for Seal to crack. He is such a strong player.
Oh yeah. This is definitely a battle that and this is the map where we've seen MVP just go crazy against Zerg. I remember the games that he played against Lenok in the semi-final of the last season, and the season before was brilliant for that. But we are going to have a quick break, a 5-minute break, and then we'll be back with GSTL, Incredible Miracle, and against NS.
Vegas.